There are 5 common misconceptions about mold, and if you can understand these, then you're going to know more than 95% of the people in the world out there. The number one question that we get asked is it black mold? Well, the answer is it could be black, it could be orange, it could be green, yellow. There's actually over 10,000 different types of molds, and they come in all different colors. So, is it black mold? Well, the question is kind of irrelevant because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of molds that are black in color. But why do they ask that? And that brings us to the second point. They want to know, is the mold dangerous? Well, mold can really be categorized into one of 2 categories in regards to how it might be dangerous to you. First, there are toxic molds. There are 100 molds that are nationally listed as toxic to everyone. They have what's called a mycotoxin that gets distributed out on the spores of the mold, and those mycotoxins are dangerous to everyone that they come in contact to. And then you have the other 9,900 or so molds, and those actually have an allergic reaction. So just as someone may be allergic to bee pollen or to peanut butter or to cut grass, people have different reactions, allergic reactions, to the different types of mold spores. So the answer at the end of the day is, how does it relate to you? All molds are taken care of the same way, regardless of its type. With some of the really toxic molds, they might have a little more stringent. We might go an extra step, but in general, they're all taken care of exactly the same way. So is the mold dangerous? The only way to know is to have a hygienist come in and test, give you the lab results, and you can categorize it, but they're all going to be taken care of the same way. Now, the next question that a lot of people ask is, can I just wipe it with bleach? Many people, when I ask a question with 50 people in the audience, I'll say, is it valid to wipe it with bleach? If I ask them at their home, they would probably say, sure, no problem. I ask them in that environment, and everyone shakes their head no. Well, the answer is there is a time and place that mold can just be wiped, and there's a time and place where it needs to be dealt with professionally. Let's use an example. You have mold that's growing in your shower on top of the tile and tile grout. That just needs to be topically dealt with. We do not recommend the use of bleach. Bleach is very caustic and can be very dangerous, but there are other fungicides that can be used to clean that off, and that would be a very correct application for its use. Of course, you would want to open up the windows and exchange the air out of that bathroom for any spores that might have been stirred up. Take that same bathroom and put a water loss situation where water has penetrated into the walls. Now you have mold that's growing on porous surfaces, and that mold has gotten into the wall. Now, if you were just to surface wipe the mold off the surface, then if it's still wet, it'll grow back. But either way, you're going to continue to have mold inside the walls. And when those walls breathe, as all walls do, and exchange air with the inside of the house, you're going to have those mold spores coming out into your air, and you're going to have all the negative effects of having a mold. So anytime that it's not a non-porous surface, or anytime there's a really large amount of mold, even if it was a non-porous surface, those are situations where you want to make sure it's professionally removed.